Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show. I'll be breaking down the stock market. So, before we get started, please hit the like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond and get all types of daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, definitely check out my link down below in the description for Patreon. And now, let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back once again, guys, on this daily show. And you can see we got some data this morning, non farm payrolls, and everything we hit out of the park. Well, at least here on paper, and you can see these cooked up numbers that unemployment rate is actually going lower from 4.5 to 4.4, now 4.3. So that takes any rate cuts out of the window, and market actually did not like that, even though the market initial reaction was going higher, gapping up, but then all faded. You can see same thing with non-farm payrolls. We went up big time, 130K. That is massive compared to what we were forecasting, guys. Huge, right? But that's not it. We do have some more data tomorrow. Jobless claims, that's one thing we're gonna get. But then Friday, CPI numbers, and I hope I'm wrong, but I'm 90% sure here that these numbers are going to be cooked up and low unless we get some sort of a surprise. And this is going to be lower again. And you can see fear and greed index, we're back on neutral 49. And you can see the stock market, it was all over the place. What market did today, you can see Dow is down 0.13%, basically flat. Nasdaq flat, S&P totally flat, and Russell going down 0.45%. We got advancing 38%, declining almost 58%. So even with that kind of decline, market was able to hold up today because of one big name or some of the chip names like MU. Now, if you look at this right here, who's performing on top? Once again, this is not a good signal for inflation when they're going to come out and say inflation numbers are low. Look at this, guys. Energy, I mean, year to date, and we're only into the second month of this year, already up over 20%. Basic materials also killing it out there. Consumer defensive, utilities, industrials. You see, technology all the way here on bottom. Consumer cyclical, and communication services. Financial was getting hit again today. All the way here on bottom. So this is not looking good. That energy outperforming S&P 500. Then when you look at the stock market map, you will see big names. Microsoft, again, software names. You can see INTU, CRM, Now, Uber. I mean, a lot of these names. IBM, that's a big stock, down over 6%. But look at it right here. Nvidia was able to hold up today when Broadcom was just flat for the day. Apple, we actually played Apple puts, and this was great. But look at these names. Google down, Amazon down, Tesla flat, Meta flat. Look at financials right here, guys. This is not a good signal for S&P, even though S&P is still staying up for the day. So we'll get a deep dive into S&P. So let's get started on that one. On SPY ETF, it's absolutely flat on the day. Now, people are thinking like, oh, the numbers were really good, non-farm, and then we added so many jobs, and the unemployment rate is 4.3, which is awesome, right? Why the market came down? Well, the only thing that I can see here that rate cuts are out of the window. Why? Because we have a hot labor market, hot especially unemployment numbers. Those are not going up, even though they were going up, and they are actually up. If you believe these numbers on papers, then yeah, everything is fine. But it's actually not the case. These are cooked up numbers, but market will react to cooked up numbers. It does not matter. Market just wants to hear that yes, the labor market, unemployment, everything is fine, so we're not getting into recession, but then we're not getting rate cuts, and that's the main factor today. And some of the plays that I took, especially not on SPY but at 697, I took SPX puts today, and boy, oh boy, did that thing paid. And not only that one, IWM was another one that I shorted, and then triple Q three on three, all actually paid big money today. And when I was looking at the market earlier, especially before opening, everything kind of looked like there is no trade. I can't make money today. It's really bad. But out of nowhere, here comes puts on SPX, IWM, and Qs, and those went to the moon. And later on, I mean, look at this. We gave away pretty much all the gains, all of it from pre-market session. So it's definitely not a good signal that S&P comes close to all-time highs or hits all-time highs and then just gets faded. So going into tomorrow's session, you're seeing that 689 to 691 holding. And this is a key zone right here, because if we get under that range, you can see right here we got a rejection. Right here we got a rejection. We get under that range, there is a lot of gamma exposure here at 685 to 686, and we can easily get there this week if we go under 689 to 691. Now somehow we get another pop back up to the upside tomorrow. There will be resistance at 694. If we can cross that, we can possibly go back up to see if we can hit another all-time high or retest maybe 697, possibly even go up to 698. On triple Q, it's up 0.27%, so really bad. And when you look at it, guys, I mean, a lot of people will say, well, we're just gonna go up here. But you can see this clearly. It's a bear flag pattern. Now, is it going to actually play out? I don't know, but it's there. So I'm going to break it down for you. It's there, right there. You can see it's a clear bear flag pattern that is forming here on triple Q. And we're just chopping. Last couple days, we're just chopping around, and not much really happening here on Qs. So if this thing were to break down, and look at the dip that came in today, guys, all the way down here, down to this trend line. We barely saved the day right here by this 5-day moving average and went back up. So uh, is this bear flag going to play out? I don't know, but there is a possibility, because when you look at some of these other time frame, look at this right here. MACD indicator nowhere near crossing to the upside. Look at weekly here, guys. It's still pointing down, right? And it's not actually a good look. And one more thing, if you look at right here, 614 is the weekly 20 SMA. And we're not getting a cross over that. We did not get a cross over that today. So technically, I mean, Qs are weaker than anything in the market right now. So going into tomorrow's session, if we can stay over 613, which is staying over right now, we could possibly see a move back up to 617. And you can see yesterday we came really close to 617. A rejection happened. Today, same thing. And it's just not a good look overall. When you look at this chart, it's definitely not saying, hey, this is really bullish. We should go and try to go back up to all-time highs. So 617 crosses, we can hold above that, then yes, there might be more upside in the short term. If we cannot clear that and we break under 613, we could be coming back all the way down to 606, 609 first of all. And there was actually a little bit of support there because of this 5-day, and underneath that 606.85, and then this trend line will break, and there is a lot of gamma exposure at 600 to even 595. We can definitely go down that way here on Qs. On Dow Jones, it's down slightly on the day, but if you look at the pop today, once again we went back up, and look at this right here, guys. We went back up to that all-time high, almost not hitting a new one, and then immediately faded down to 499. So the key crucial level here is this 5-day moving average, which is sitting pretty much at 499. So I would say 500 to 499. That's going to be a key line in the sand here on Dow. Underneath that opens the door for a retest of 496, which I think it's going to happen very soon. Retest of this multi-week, multi-day consolidation here underneath 496, which is going to be a big level to hold if we come down here. Now, we saw that with IWM breaking out and then giving back some of those gains, and now it's actually down again. We were trying to go back up. We did not even fill that gap. And same thing can happen here. Yesterday's candle was not a good looking candle. You can see a long wick on top. And today, even though we went back up, but we never went back up to morning's high, which is 505, and now trading slightly down on the day. So If this is going to continue to the downside, I think you'll see a drop down to 496, possibly even into 493. That makes sense for a retest of the breakout. But again, I'm not gonna say this is a clean breakout until we can hold up here for maybe 2 weeks, and then we can possibly move higher here on Dow. And don't forget, on this hourly time frame, massive gap down here. We gapped up the other day and we never came back. And not to mention, on this daily time frame, few times we came really close to 484. We even hit 484, but not fully closing this gap right here at 483.95, not to mention this gap at 471. So at some point, you're going to see, Dow pulling back and filling those gaps. Now, I saw actually somebody on X was actually promoting that Dow broke out, so this should be a play to the upside. I mean, come on, man, this is upside now. This thing is already up. The move is already made, and now this is upside. This is how people lose money. And if you chase this, you're going to lose money. It's designed to do that. People that are chasing, they always lose money, and this move is already done. So if you want to wait maybe for a pullback down here, then that could be an opportunity as long as the support holds. But look at other things that are not looking good for the market. On IWM, it's down 0.45%. So this was amazing, guys. I mean, I was gonna wait for the gap. Then I thought, just another 50 cents, forget about it. I'm just gonna take puts. And boy, oh boy, this was actually 270 puts I took this morning. And look at the move where we went down. And these were only Friday expiration, day after tomorrow. 2 days went over 100% in just a matter of couple of minutes, and then we're still down. I mean, we're nowhere near 269, 268 here on IWM. So it looks like we can possibly move up, but keep that in mind. If this is going to be the double top, top number one, top number two, we need to break this neckline. And whenever that happens, that is when you're going to get confirmation of a breakdown. As of right now, look at how much of a pullback we got and where we came down. All the way down here, 262. Now, we went back up and closed over 264. These moving averages, that's going to be a key support. Underneath that, that opens the door for a move down to 258. If we can clear and hold 266.83, in that case, we might fill that gap just under 270 here on IWM. On VIX, it's pretty flat on the day, just down 0.79%. But early in the morning, look at what happened here on VIX. I mean, we are trading around at 19 bucks. So this is a key line here. You can see we did touch, and then we went back up. And now we're sitting pretty much just above that line. So if we can get over 18, I mean, look at the Bollinger Band, expanded up to 20 plus. If this thing wants to go, there is room. And look at the lower Bollinger Band, it's coming up. So VIX is definitely in an interesting spot. If this thing clears 18, holds up, we can definitely go up to 20 plus, maybe even take out this high. So VIX, definitely be careful because we're not really going down to like 13, 14 bucks right now, at least for now. If you see that breakdown happening, then we might go down that route on VIX. What did dollar do today? Well, dollar had that massive breakdown yesterday, and today we got a doji type of candle. It was actually pushing higher early in the morning, but keep that in mind. We broke this multi-year trend line, and now we're trading below that. So we need to get over, especially I would say 98 here on dollar, maybe even over monthly 5 SMA 98.3. If that happens, which I think dollar will hold up, because if the dollar goes down, if we have a weaker dollar, it does not matter what Trump says or who says, everyone is going to suffer. Weaker dollar, that means what? It's really bad for the economy, and it just not overall good thing, because you'll see like China, Japan, and all the other countries. uh, you know what do we have, like the biggest currency right now all over the place is the dollar. If this thing is gonna get crushed, guess what? Nobody's gonna keep dollar. They're gonna buy gold, silver, just like they're doing right now. So dollar needs to dominate if you're going to see US dominate everyone. And this is a key point right here, that dollar needs to hold. We had that breakdown before too, but not like this one. But as of right now, I think dollar is due for a bounce. And if that happens, that would put pressure on the S&P. Now you can see gold and silver rally today. Gold rallied back up. I mean, look at the pump here, guys. And I'm waiting. I'm gonna be shorting gold again, and I'm not gonna be shying away and not telling you guys. I'm waiting, guys. You can see the gap fill already happened, and we pushed even higher today. I'm just waiting to see if this thing can pop a little bit more, and then I'll be going all over it once again. Last gold and silver trade, we left maybe $1 million on the table because people kept saying, oh, don't short it. Don't short it. It's not going to pay you. And what happened? We all know silver took a massive bullet right in the head. That big drop came in and pretty much got crushed. Gold here above all the moving averages, so it's looking good, and I think there might be a little bit more continuation, but I'm not into that gold rally here. If it continues, I'll be looking to short gold and even silver because shorting silver is one of the great thing this year that happened to me. I actually made money on multiple occasions, and I'll be definitely looking to do that again. But silver is not really going that far yet, so this is probably not going to be on my list anytime soon. But gold definitely is there. So we got gold going up, silver going up, and again, a dollar getting a little bit of a push to the downside. If dollar can go up, you'll see gold, silver, everything crashing down, and even S&P. One more thing I'm gonna look at, and as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna look at Chevron here, just for the sake of it, and energy. So you can see, I mean, this is crazy move here. Chevron energy stocks are just going ballistic. So you can see 79 where the monthly RSI or upper Bollinger Band is, and the stock is trading at almost 187. This is really huge. We gap up again today from 183. Did not even look back. Not to mention this gap, and look at the trend, the way this thing is going. So energy outperforming S&P 500, that is definitely not a good look for S&P. And so far, when we see that, usually S&P comes down, but as of right now, S&P is still holding up while energy is going up. So something is gotta give. Somebody somewhere is lying because the market is definitely not where I would say, oh, we got 10-15% correction, let's just go and buy everything. We're still in a topping process, I would say, and topping to maybe even a just choppy trading that we're getting on these ETFs like SPY, Qs. We're just chopping around. So it's really a bad thing when there's a lot of chop, because when there's a lot of chop, at some point something is going to break, and I think it's gonna happen very soon. You're going to see whether a breakout to the upside or a breakdown to the downside. And why? Because when we look at SPY here, look at this right here. Look at what's happening, guys. And it happened before. It's not something new that I'm making things up. Look at this right here. We're just making highs. Well, let's just put it here. Let's just put it here. Forget about going all the way back. Look at this right here. SPY making new highs. We're not really pushing higher on the weekly time frame. And not to mention, when you look at this MACD indicator, you can see weekly to the downside, but again, no signs of any big pullback, right? So at some point, it's going to catch up to it. And a lot of people are going to get caught off guard and thinking about buying at all-time high and selling at a new all-time high. That's going to be really tough if you're doing that in this market. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated.